Well, welcome to another money session with First Reliance Bank. There's more to banking than money. My name is Joe Sangl, and I'm part of an organization known as I Was Broke, Now I'm Not. And we provide teaching about personal finances and small business finances to help people accomplish far more than they ever thought possible with their personal finances. I'm so excited to be able to be with you today and teach this unbelievable topic. Get ready. It's known as budgeting. It's everyone's favorite topic when it comes to money. In fact, when they think about money and budgeting, most people would rather have a root canal than to prepare a budget or than to attend a class about money. But I promise you, if you listen to this session, it can help change your life. A budget literally changed my life forever. In December of 2002, I was broke and I had an average bank balance of $4.13. And I was sick and tired of being broke, and I didn't know how to fix it. And I'd prepared budgets in the past, but they wouldn't work. Like I'd usually put them together when I was angry, usually following Christmas and spending too much on the holidays. And I'd be like, oh my goodness, we need to live on a budget. And then we would say, that is it. And I would say, oh, for groceries this month, we're going to spend $4. We're going to eat out of the pantry. And we're going to have canned Spam and canned salmon. We're going to have Spammin'. It's going to be amazing. And how long do you stick to a budget like that when it's not realistic? Probably about 30 minutes, and then you'll go out to eat on a credit card without a budget. And so this budgeting is how I finally conquered this thing called budgeting. How to maximize every single dollar. And I'm confident it will help you win with your money. Now, listen, here you got a listening guide, and I hope you've downloaded that listening guide. If you haven't, I encourage you to pause this video until you have it printed out. And in session number 2, that's what we're in, I want you to write this down. Spend your money before the month begins. You get to fill in the capitalized underlined portion before. That word, write it down there. Spend your money before the month begins. This was the one key to helping my budget actually work, is I knew about how much money was coming in the next month. And you probably do too. You know about how much, like your income might be a little up and down or seasonal or cyclical. You might be a commission salesperson, and if you are a commission salesperson with wildly swinging income, I encourage you to check out my book, I Was Broke, Now I'm Not, and read chapter 7 on seasonal, cyclical, and irregular income planning. But this budget session applies to you. Don't turn it off. Here's the deal. Spend your money before the month begins. In other words, before you are paid money, before the month begins, why not plan out where every one of those dollars is going to go? Like, do you see it? Like when I realized, hey, I've not been paid, but I know about how much is coming, and I could spend every dollar and give a name to every dollar before I was actually paid, that I would actually be doing that before the banks would be sending their love letters wanting money too. And it allowed me to prepare and position my money and maximize it and make sure that it was starting to be angled towards those plans, hopes, and dreams I wrote in rung number 1 of the I Was Broke, Now I'm Not ladder called setting goals. And it allowed me to start accomplishing things with my money and helping me understand where my money was going instead of wondering every month where in the world it all went. And so I want you to know it's easy to do this. As you can see, I've trademarked it. And it is easy, and I want you to write down how I found out it was easy. Point number 2 in the listening guide, you can write down each of these 4 words. Income minus outgo equals exactly 0. Trademark. This is a formula that is the truth about money. Income minus outgo equals exactly 0. In other words, you can't spend more than you make. And some of you may be saying, hey, Joe, shouldn't I be saving money? Yes, absolutely. And outgo, I want you to think of saving money or investing money as a bill or a debt you owe yourself. In other words, I want you to spend money into savings. So it's part of outgo. So income minus outgo has to equal exactly 0. If it does not, if your outgo exceeds your income, then it's no longer exactly 0, trademark. It's a negative number. Horrible. And I want you to win with your money. And the way you win with your money is to recognize this formula is true. And what I found is many people believe the answer to their financial issues is to make more money. And well, I just need to make more money. I can't budget. I just need to make more money. But what I found is that is not the case for most people. The answer for most people's financial problems, sure, we would all want more money, but the answer for most people's problems is to become a great manager, a great facilitator of the money that's coming in right now. And if you include savings in Outgo, think about it, then next month you will have income and you'll have the savings and investments from the previous month, which means you'll have more money this month. Get fired up. And so that will help you. I'm serious. This equation really helped me win with my money. And if you take the I from income minus the O from Outgo, it equals the E from exactly and the Z from zero. See, I told you it's easy. Exactly zero, trademark. And I'm sure you're booing right now. But I'm excited about it. I'm glad it's easy. And all these tools are free at my website at iwasbrokenowimnot.com. IWBNIN.com. And you click on the tools link, and there's over 100 free financial tools there. And you can pull up the budget form. And this is the budget form, and the budget form is incredible because it does the math for you. Now, some of you watching this session, you love math. Like your heart goes pitter-pat. Ooh, math, budgets, you love it. There are many people, and a far more majority of people who hate math. They really despise math. They believe math is of the devil. They remember 7th grade math class and they break out in a cold sweat. Well, this does the math for you. And it has kind of a scoreboard at the top that's always calculating what income minus outgo equals. And when it equals exactly zero, it turns green. And so I've got a list of numbers there listed on your listening guide. And I want to show you how we can use those numbers to prepare a budget. These are just example numbers. And I know you really want to make more income. And if this number is way more than what you make, you might be saying, $4,000 take-home pay per month. I wish. Well, listen, I can't predict your income. Like some of you may make twice as much of this. I don't know. I can't predict what you make. But what I do know is this. If you spend more than you make, that won't work. So don't miss this tool and this education for my sample numbers here is what I'm really saying. Okay? Are we friends? That's awesome. Okay, so $4,000 take-home pay in this example, and it turns yellow. Notice it turned yellow, and yellow means caution. There's money in this budget that doesn't have a name. And what happens to money that doesn't have a name? That's right. It tends to magically sprout wings and fly away. So before the month begins, before we get paid, before all the bills show up, we plan where this money's going to go. It allows us to anticipate expenses and more intentionally pay off debt and fund dreams and save money. So the next thing in our list, if we start looking at our outgo, is we're giving money away. I love giving money away. It's one of my favorite things to do. And every month, my wife and I give money away. We give money to our church. We give money to our colleges that we've attended. We give money to people when we see they have needs. And it's one of the greatest things that we get to do. And there's something about giving that really helps you focus on your financial plan. And so I encourage you to do that. The next thing in this list is saving. And you can see we've got $200 saved here. And we just go through the list and put in the numbers. Remember, your numbers will be different. This is just an example. So the mortgage is $1,150 and we have electricity in here. And we have our cable bill and our water bill and a trash bill. It's very exciting, I know. But you just type all these in before the month begins. We have a car payment and some car insurance. Now you'll notice like car insurance is kind of a blue link here. That's a hyperlink to a blog post I've written about the topic or to a money saving idea. And so I encourage you to check it out and get new car insurance quotes every couple of years. 15 minutes or less could save you 15. Oh, well, you already knew that. Haha, that's a good one. And then car license plates, we're saving up for those for our property taxes on our vehicle. We have gasoline in here and oil change. It's very exciting. Groceries, this is for a family of 3. The average amount that a family spends on groceries is $150 per member of the family per month. And this includes all the toiletries, food for a single pet, kind of everything you'd buy at a grocery store. We have restaurants in here. We have food for children and a credit card. Yep, we have a credit card and we have a student loan. And we have life insurance and babysitting. This is not child care. This is like if you're going out for a nice night on the town and you have child care that you need to have somebody babysit them. And then we have a cell phone bill. And I know yours might be higher than that. And then we have a doctor's bill. And what just happened? Did you see it? It turned red. So what do when you're budgeting before the month begins and it turns red? Well, should you stop putting things in the budget? Absolutely not. Go ahead and put everything in there you want to fund, and then you can make choices. You see, because you're planning before the month begins, it gives you choices. You see, I used to run out of money in the middle of the month, and there was no choice but to start swiping a credit card, right? And I did not have that children's show to help me that says, swiper, no swiping. You watch that show too, right? Come on, Vominos. Everybody, let's go. Come. Some of you are wondering what's going on. Dora the Explorer has a fox. His name is Swiper, and he steals stuff. And I had to apply. Whenever he steals stuff, they say, swiper, no swiping. But I wasn't applying that. And so here's what happens. When you budget before the month begins, it allows you to anticipate gaps in your plan, or you can make adjustments right now so that you don't end up running out of money. And so you can make it balanced to exactly zero and be able to have savings in the plan. So we put spending money in here, and that makes us go further in the hole. And we have entertainment in there. And so we've overspent by $329.63. Can we live that way, yes or no? The answer is yes, you could live that way with debt, right? But we're not going to, because we want to climb the I was broke, now I'm not ladder. And this will not help us. So let's make adjustments. So we could either increase income or decrease outgo. Ideally, we would do both. But like, for example, if you did this before the month began and you had overtime available to you, or you had kind of a little side job where you could generate extra income, well, you could say, hey, I'm going to work a little overtime, or I'm going to go work a side job and produce this extra $329.63. Or you could say, hey, I don't want to produce extra income that way. I'm tired. I don't want to work more. So I'm just going to find a way to trim out $329.63 expenses. Or you could do both. Let's say in this example, you're kind of on a salary and you can't just go rustle up an extra $329.63 rapidly. So you choose to cut out expenses. We're spending our money before the month begins. And so let's say we decided to cut spending money in half, right? Now don't cut things to zero. This is a budgeting tip. Don't be unrealistic. Like, you're going to spend money somewhere. You're going to stop by the gas station. You're going to go to the QT. You're going to go buy a big Q with crushed ice and make a suicide with all those flavors there. You're going to go to the gas station. I don't know how you're going to spend money, but you're going to spend money. And so recognize it and have it in the plan. Hey, I'll tell you, this helped me stick to the budget because I'm a spender, and I realized, hey, I can intentionally plan to just spend money on crazy stuff. And I did. And so we got it down to $229 gap, and maybe we could reduce our entertainment down to $40. You see, we're balancing this stuff. There's never enough money for everything we want to do. So let's balance this stuff. And then maybe we could go to groceries and save money by couponing. We could go to couponmom.com, or we could go to southernsavers.com, use coupons from coupons.com, redplum.com. If you click that link there for groceries on our budget tool, it will take you to all the things I just rattled off. You could save money on groceries, maybe $50. Use cash envelopes. In other words, at the start of the month, just pull out the money for groceries in cash. We'll talk more about that in a minute. And then dining out, maybe you could reduce that by sharing meals, going out to eat 1 or 2 meals less. You could use coupons from Entertainment Book, or be able to go find deals and make sure that you change the way that you dine. It's incredible. Maybe you could shop consignment clothing for the children, or find hand-me-downs from someone whose child is maybe a year older than yours, and you cut that down to $30. I'm just showing you an example. And then maybe we could trim out babysitting a little bit, and what just happened? We balanced to exactly zero. Do you see how this tool can work for you? The key is that you start before the month begins and before you're paid, and recognize the income minus outgo has to equal exactly zero. trademark. And when you do, it'll be green. You'll be seeing green and you will begin to prosper, and it will help you stay on the I was broke, now I'm not ladder. Now, we also have a weekly budget and a bi-weekly and a bi-monthly budget available at iwasbrokenowimnot.com. You just go to iwbnin.com, click on tools, and download these tools. And it's the exact same tool, except for there's a spot for up to 5 paychecks if you're paid weekly. Because if you're paid weekly, there's 4 months where you get 5 paychecks. We also have a bi-monthly or bi-weekly budget, and you can just use 2 columns. And then in those 2 magic months of the year where you get 3 paychecks, you can have that there as well. Now, First Reliance Bank has a way for you to open an account, and you can have access as an account holder to My Finance. My Finance has online banking and free financial tools, and what it does is it's on the other side of budgeting, is you can set budget goals for these different categories, and then it will automatically categorize expenses as you use your debit card. And it will track those expenses and help you understand, are you above certain goals that you've set, and give you alert messages. It'll allow you to link to other banking financial institution accounts as well, so you can track your net worth and see your whole financial picture. It's a great tool that they have there. This is a snapshot of what the budget tools look like at Finance. And I encourage you to go to First Reliance Bank, firstreliance.com, and set up an account there, and it can really help you manage your money better. Here's a couple of tips. One of them, use cash envelopes for impulsive categories. Cash, fill in that word in your listening guide. Cash envelopes. What do I mean by cash envelopes? Well, in my pocket right now, because I live this stuff, I have a cash envelope for my spending money. This is it. And I'm preparing this, and I have some money left. And so I can quickly count this money. Now, can I spend this money really fast? Absolutely. I can spend it really fast. But if I'm using cash, it's impossible for me to spend more than I planned. So the way cash envelopes work is I've planned, remember, you've planned each of these categories before the month began. So when I get paid, we go pull this money out of the bank and we use it as cash. And the rule is when this money is done, the fun is done until we get paid again. We can't pull out the debit card or the credit card and go spend more money because we know it will come from another category. So here's some categories we use this for. We use it for food, which is groceries and restaurants. We use it for clothing. These are impulsive categories. We tend to be impulsive at these. Entertainment and spending money. Those are really the categories we use these for. And I'm telling you, one of the greatest places you could use them is on things like groceries and entertainment. I'm telling you, you will overspend if you use a debit card. You will overspend if you use a credit card. So use cash envelopes. You can do this. Hey, part B of the budgeting tips, make it automatic. Make it automatic. Automatic is a word you would fill in your listening guide. Make it automatic. Now think about this. If you make your savings automatic, if you have First Reliance, if you set up an automatic contribution to your savings account or an automatic contribution to your 25-month Easy Flex CD, it will automatically zap it and it will hold you accountable to this goal you set of saving money. Set up your investments to be automatic for your child's 529 college savings plan, for your retirement Roth IRA. You can make it automatic. And when you make it automatic, it will hold you accountable and help you with your budgeting. Part C of budgeting tips, be realistic. Be realistic. You might believe that you could live on peanut butter and jelly for an entire month. You might believe that you can live on beans and rice all month long, or canned spam and canned salmon and have spam all month long. But that's not realistic. You might believe you can go an entire month without spending money for just spending money. But that's not real. And so I encourage you, hey, listen, you might be able to do that for a month, maybe. But if you want to have budgeting work for you long term, you need to be realistic. Put together a plan that works for you. Make the adjustments on the outgo side so that your income still allows you to thrive, so that you can save money, so that you can eliminate financial pressure from your life. Be realistic. Here's your next step. I challenge you to go download the budgeting tool from iwasbrokenowimnot.com. You can just shorten it to iwbnin.com. That stands for iwasbrokenowimnot.com. Click on tools and you can download the budgeting tool and prepare a realistic budget for this next upcoming month. Prepare that budget. It's listed there on your listening guide, these next steps. And I'm telling you, do your best to live by it. And set up an account at First Reliance Bank. You can check out the My Finance feature there when you have an account at firstreliance.com. And it allows you to help understand your behavior with your money, which allows you to set a better budget and understand where your opportunities for saving money are. First Reliance has 6 locations to serve you. You can just go in and get it set up for you. If you don't like to set it up online, you can certainly set it up online. But if you want to go meet a real live person and get your account set up, you can go to any of these 6 locations and be able to have personal service that can help you get your journey started towards having a budget that actually works so that you can save money and so you can fund the dreams that you truly want to fund. My name is Joseph Sangl. I'm the founder of I Was Broke, Now I'm Not. And I want you to know more than anything that you can do this. And I want you to live a fired up life.